I'm ready, girl.
Hi everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Catherine Simone. Happy Thursday. I have a special guest working with me today, a nice little collab, my first collab. This is my great friend, Ashley Wylde. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Wylde. I have a YouTube channel called Ashley's Wild Life, and I also am a voice of box wine and bullshit with Miss Catherine, and we're still in season 1, so you probably better be checking those episodes out.
Every Friday we drop a box wine episode, so be sure to check those out. We worked really hard on that. I thought it would be really great if we could talk about something that I feel is not talked about enough and something that should be talked about, and that is self-love. If you don't know what self-love is, the best way that I can describe it is just the love that you have for yourself, the person who you truly are on the inside. And when you begin to love yourself on the inside, I believe it radiates on the outside. I think today we get so caught up in material things, I mean I know I do, and societal norms and expectations and messages that we try to, reach these goals and attain these goals to be something that we're actually not. How do you bring yourself back in and be really in tune with yourself and do the things that make you happy? There's too many women in this world who absolutely do not love themselves, and that's so sad, and we gotta get away from that. We gotta get more women loving themselves for who they are. Ashley, what does self-love look like to you?
So I think about self-love in 2 categories. I think about it, one, as the things I do every day to make sure that I'm just okay, that I'm running well, that I'm cared for mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. And then I think about the things that I do in certain circumstances. With daily stuff, I try to make sure that some part of every day I'm doing something I love. Whether it's traveling, reading, writing, creating, those are the things that fill me up instead of drain me. If I go too long without those things, then I start to be on fumes. I'm just running on zero,
Yeah.
So I make sure that every single day I write, or I read, or I'm traveling, or I'm creating. If one of those things isn't happening, I'm off balance. And the other category has to do with, I started to notice that there were certain circumstances in which I was feeling myself go from one level down to a different level by making certain choices. The biggest thing that comes up for me there is the idea of being direct in your communication, which seems like, how is that self-love?
Definitely.
But I for sure realize that for me it is. Because if I don't tell someone, actually what you said upset me, and I think this, which is different from what you said, then what I start to do is I start to wonder, oh no, I had a different opinion, but does that make me wrong? Or is this person not going to like me because I don't agree with them? And that internal circle running that I do brings my self-esteem so far down. So I just got to a point where I was like, I have to say what it is when I feel it, because if I don't, I'm taking the hit with my own ability to feel confident and self-assured.
Wow. I'm really glad that you brought that up, because that is a huge part of self-love. Knowing when to say no and knowing when to say yes, and knowing that whatever you feel is completely valid. If someone says, hey, let's go to the movies, and you don't want to go to the movies, stay home. If you really wanted to stay in, your friends want to go out, you're not doing yourself any favors by going out. You should have just stayed home.
Usually, at least for me, you're not doing them any favors either. Because if I go do something when I don't want to, Lord knows, Kat definitely knows, I'm just a buzzkill. I'm miserable. Everybody has a worse time because I'm there. So I've just learned, if I don't want to go, then everybody feels better if I just don't go. I don't gain anything, and neither do my friends by making that choice.
For me, what I like to do for self-love is I definitely like to get dressed up as much as I can. I believe in that quote or that saying that's when you look good, you feel good. I truly believe that, because not to say I need to be glammed up every day. I wish I could, but life that's not always practical. But I feel like when I get dressed and I go somewhere, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just my confidence goes up, but I also feel like I'm treated like, ooh, who's this? She showed up like this, so who's this? I'm important, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think also just, Some other things I do is I make sure that I try to work out at least 3 times a week. I notice that when I don't work out, I start to feel very bleh. I think working out is really important, and it's I don't know what kind of endorphins or whatever is working out improves your self-esteem. I think also eating, I try my best to eat healthy. All I crave is carbs and like sweets and fried stuff. But I notice like when I eat too much cake, I'm like, ooh, girl, like I shouldn't have done that, because then I feel all slow and sluggish. Oh, water too. Water's my BFF for now and always. I just feel like water makes me feel really good, and I hate feeling all thirsty, because I notice when I'm really, really thirsty, that's when I start being like, I need chocolate cake, I need pizza. Like, if I'm keeping up on my water, then I chill.
You bring up a good point, which is that if you are doing what you feel like you need to do to take care of your physical body, that you feel better mentally and emotionally. And I definitely notice that too. For me, the biggest one is sleep. Because,
sleep.
you know, I'm young and my friends are young, and there's always the temptation to not get enough sleep, where you have something the next day, you want to stay up till 3 in the morning, you want to be out till the bar's closed. And like, granted,
and go get pizza after.
Of course I do that.
Yeah.
But if I do it too much, if I don't pay close attention, sleep is the first thing that will take me on like the train ride down into the darkness. Because if I'm not getting enough sleep, I don't feel well, I don't feel rested, then I don't feel confident, then I don't perform well, then I feel bad about how I didn't perform well, and it's just like this.
It's a cycle, all from sleep.
Yeah, and like just water too, like taking care of yourself physically really can have a positive impact on how you see yourself and how you feel about yourself.
Self-care and self-love go hand in hand. This is self-love and this is self-care, and they're very similar, but they're both need to happen, like because in order to do self-care, you need to have self-love. Let's be honest, like there are some days it's just like I just need to take a mental health day for myself. When you're always on the go, your body starts taking a toll, your mind starts taking a toll, your emotions start taking a toll. We have to be right for us, and I think like coming from a woman's perspective, I think a lot of times we're ingrained that we need to put other people before ourselves, and if you don't do that, you're selfish. If you spend your money on this and not that, you're selfish. You know, there's like a lot of moms out there who feel bad about buying things for themselves because they're like, why have kids? I mean, I don't have kids, so I can't really like speak to what that's like. From the outside looking in, treat yourself.
Like both are important.
Both are equally important. You got to take care of you before you can take care of anything else.
Definitely.
Anything else, whether
it's like
anything.
It's like on airplanes. Please help yourself before helping
others. Yes, you have to do that, because then if you don't, they're going to be chilling and you're going to be dying.
Exactly. Especially if someone depends on you.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be okay, because otherwise, it was inspired by a conversation that I had with my grandma. They can't be okay by themselves, and you don't have a strong enough foundation to support them.
Before we wrap this up, Ashley, do you want to talk about your self-love poem a little bit?
Absolutely. I have a poem that I wrote in 2013, actually.
2013.
Called Meet Yourself in the Mirror. It was inspired by a conversation that I had with my grandma pretty young. But it wasn't until a long time later that I actually realized the message that she was trying to share with me. And I was recently invited to perform this poem as a part of the first ever spoken word open mic at VidCon 2016. And I just posted a video of that performance. So if you want to go over and check the video out, Meet Yourself in the Mirror is a poem about self-love, and there will be somewhere or something to click on.
I just wanted to wrap up this whole self-love video. Ashley, thank you so much for coming on. If you don't have a self-love or self-care routine, definitely think about it. Think about what self-love means to you. What does that mean in terms of your body image, how you feel about yourself on the inside? Do you say yes to too many people? Do you ever live life for yourself? Do you catch yourself doing things that are to make other people happy, or do you do things to make yourself happy? If you're doing things for other people for so long, it's not going to work forever. Do you deny yourself the things that you want? If you really want chocolate cake, do you always deny yourself chocolate cake because you're afraid of the calories or whatever? Think about what self-care means to you. If you need to take mental health days, if you need to try a new workout routine, or if you need to Netflix and chill by yourself before you go to bed, or if you need your morning coffee, or whatever that looks like for you, make sure you do something every single day, even if it's just one thing that makes you really happy. Your happiness is important and your feelings are valid. Well, Ashley, again, thank you so much for coming on my channel.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, go check out Ashley's channel, Ashley's Wylde Life, and also check us out on Box Wine and Bullshit every single Friday. Happy Thursday. See you next time.